Studio in Savannah, Georgia. I am no longer on the Greek island for now. Anyways, I think I will be spending a few months here. So I have not uploaded and done a morning musings in quite a while. And I've been thinking about it and trying to understand what's going on. And am I actually being creative in this new version of my daily life? And I hope you can hear me. And it has been quite an interesting journey. The feelings of doubt that, oh boy, maybe I'm actually not as creative as I thought I was. Maybe all these things that I talk about here on this channel just really don't apply when things get, what would be the word? I love the word discombobulated. When things get churned upside down. How does creativity come into play when you're not painting at all? So I've been thinking about it and chewing on it, and I thought today would be a good day to come on and just talk about that for a little bit. So I am here in Savannah, Georgia. I have a part-time job. Wow, that is something wild. Being on the island after for so many years and coming back here and just getting a part-time job at roasting coffee, because I love coffee, and it's very interesting for me to learn how to do that and what it means and what does it mean to be a coffee artisan and roaster. So I'm working doing that and loving it. I'm very much enjoying it. And I'm also house sitting for a friend and taking care of their beautiful cat. So my life, I don't particularly have a studio, so that's one thing. The other thing is I just am not painting. I'm not painting. I'm spending a lot of time really not doing very much in my art world and my art life at all. So so I want to talk about that. First of all, I went out and bought a bunch of art products, right? The basic primal setup, right? Is the primary colors plus white and some canvas paper that I got and a basic board so that I'm going to put everything on there and I can paint that way. My friend here has an easel, so I'm using that, and I started painting. And because I'm in this new place, I'm out of my regular studio, I feel just off. And I can't quite move into the painting, and I can't quite figure out how to work the colors. And I decided that I would try something completely different, doing something a little bit more contemporary rather than my typical landscape seascapes. And I found myself stuck, which of course feeds that feeling that, well, you know, you're creatively blocked. You just have you're creatively blocked. You're not getting it. So maybe you should just, you know, don't do anything about it. Just don't paint at all. Just let it go. And that is what I did. And then I started thinking, well, am I really not being creative, even though I'm not actually painting, I'm not actually in the studio, I'm not actually doing artistic things? And I thought, I am. I am still being creative. The creative elements have shifted and they are in a new space. For example, at the coffee roasting company that I'm working at, it's a job, right? And I can go into the job and just do it and get my paycheck and leave. But I'm in there and I'm asking the roaster everything, the finer, more subtle details, you know, the primary base or foundation of roasting coffee. What does it mean? How does it translate? How does it move from being very general, well, let's start out here, right? The general seed of coffee roasting, and how does it come out into all these different flavors and different types of coffee, and what does that mean? And how can you begin to taste the difference between one roast and another? And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. And I realized the other day as I was, oh my goodness, ants, little biting ants as well. Give me a second, get them off my feet. So I asked the roaster the other day, and we were having this conversation, and he was explaining things to me that I just never knew about coffee, right? And I began to see that whole creative process that I was in, learning about this coffee and how it works, is exactly in line with everything that I have experienced and thus talked about here on this channel through my tiny little studio on that tiny little Greek island. And it's exactly the same. So am I being creative? Am I in my creative realm? Yes, of course I am. Of course I am. And, taking that to an even more common, everyday thing, something that we don't really think about, right? So let's say I'm on my way to work. It's about 2.5 miles away, and I walk there. So that is a creative process. Like I get up in the morning, I do my quick plan out for the day, what time I'm going to leave, so that I'm walking there. And why do I choose to do that? I could just get an Uber, but by walking there, I have to create and put my canvas, my potential painting, in order, right? I am here in this space and I need to go there to that space. And how am I going to get there? And what is the creative process that's going to take me there? And not only is it just, putting that together, but you're also adding in walking, which movement in my life is as important as what you're feeding yourself, what you're putting in your mouth. So I'm taking advantage of that process. So am I being creative? Yes, that is actually a very dull example of how creativity is always with us. And as I have said in the tiny little studio on that tiny little Greek island, it is a beautiful thing to experience your understanding of your creative process. and what it means to you in other areas of your life, not just in the studio, not just when you're painting. So I'm really quite pleased with what's going on in the world, in my little world here, in this beautiful little town that I am in. So will I bring out my painting again and begin working on it? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And one way that I'm doing that is by coming here and doing another morning musings. The more I feed, even if it's crumb by crumb, what is going on in my life, and I want to grow that creative energy, I do need to make space for it, and I do need to nourish it. So I'm here, I'm doing this morning musings today. I have many, many other things to do, so I don't know if I will actually get to painting today. But that doesn't matter, really. That doesn't matter, because the painting will come as long as I stay connected with that creative energy and how it is working through me on a daily basis. So you guys, that's about it for today. I will be back again as soon as I can. Be inspired, be creative, be you. Keep connected to this inner channel in here. Just stay connected to it, whether or not you're in your studio painting and creating. It's always there. This never leaves. It's always there. And it's healthy, at least it is for me, to develop it and work it and nourish these paths of creativity we all have within us. So have a great day, everyone. I will see you all very soon.